in the middle of nowhere. One of the Crystarian guards is particularly relieved to have found you. Oh. Sorry, my mind just can't get off. I never noticed these details the last time I did this dungeon, like 2 years ago. So now I'm just like heavily pondering it. It's hard for me to focus. Leon! Have you seen Reem? She's been looking for you. What's up? Wait here, I'll go and get her. There you are! What's up, Reem? The truth is, I need your help. Okay, I'm all ears. What's going on? Now, hold on. I haven't even told you what it is yet. Well, you know me. I'm eager to help a friend in need. After you defeated Emmett Sulk, I sensed a strange concentration of light somewhere far to the south. In the empty, the lands that were once swallowed by the flood. I can't tell... Leon's like, oh shit, don't tell me there's still another Light Warden we missed. I can't tell what it is, but we have to find out. For all we know, it might even be another Light Warden. But whatever it may be, I don't intend to stand by and watch. Yes? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. You and me both, but for different reasons. We're thinking about different things. Tancred, Urianger, and I have a few theories that we plan to test once we find whatever's causing this. The three of us were reluctant to ask for your help, considering everything that you've been through. The thing is, you're the only person who can defeat a Light Warden without becoming one yourself, so we have no choice. While we don't want to jump to conclusions, it would be a good idea to have you there, just in case. So, will you come with us? Perhaps we should let sleeping dogs lie. I think if you hit this, you actually back out. I'm not sure, though. I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you, Leon. This means a lot. First of all, let's head to the Derek and Amaring. Tancred and Urianger should have everything ready by now. Okay. After you, Ring. Milady. It's almost dark enough, not yet. Wait. Oh. Sorry to drag you all the way out here. I have a feeling you'll miss this place when you see where we're going next, though. It's a blessing to see thee so hale. What's up, guys? Gentlemen? The lady? I hope the desert creatures didn't give you too much trouble on the way here. Nope. I doubt they posed any sort of challenge to him. Would that I could say the same with confidence about whatever fiend may be waiting for us out there. Even if the light that Reen sensed turned out to be nothing of consequence, the empty is hardly the most welcoming of places. Anything that could survive out there is not to be trifled with. True enough. Moreover, it should be reiterated that the light-blasted wasteland poseth as severe a threat as any foe we might face. Really? Why is that? Because there's no ether? In any event, we are in agreement that this phenomenon doth warrant investigation, though for lack of more precise means of navigation, we must needs rely on Reen's innate abilities to guide us. I have formed several hypotheses regarding the nature of the light, but speculation is a poor substitute for first-hand observation. Indeed. I'm with you. There will be plenty of time for us to talk about it on the way. Is the Sky Slipper ready, Tancred? Ready to take us wherever we need to go, aye. Back again too, maybe, if we ask it nicely. Nice car. Sky Slipper, huh? Though the light hath been expunged from Norbrand, the ambient ether of the empty is still corrupted. Dangerously so, in fact. The flood of light devastated everything in its wake. The soil, the air, the water, all rendered incapable of supporting life. 'Tis due to this imbalance that the empty remaineth utterly uninhabitable, even a century thereafter. That's why we're taking every possible precaution. Between the etherometers I've packed and Reen's unique abilities, we should be able to detect and measure any fluctuations in our alignments. According to the Crystarium scouts, a few days out there won't affect us to any noticeable degree, but much longer than that, and we risk becoming sinners. Oh shit. So it's basically like going into Chernobyl or some shit. Like an area of intense nuclear radiation, in a way. Since we still don't know how Chocobos and Amara will fare in the empty, we opted for a more mechanical mode of transportation. This comes courtesy of the researchers at the Mine who found it in the Crystal Tower and restored it to working order. Maybe they found it from that same area we explored, in the Twinning. So we can safely assume it's probably a alternate future Sid Garland Ironworks creation, maybe? It's quite safe, I promise. The person in charge said he'll have parts delivered from the Crystarium should anything break. He seemed quite eager to see what we bring back from the empty, even though I told him we're not hunting for treasure. I'll introduce you if we have a chance to stop by Mordsook at some point. Yeah, I'd love that. Thank you. Anyway, I think that covers everything. When you're ready to leave, just say the word. Well, no time like the present. Gentlemen? While I'm piloting and Reen's navigating, you and Urianger will be free to enjoy the view and engage in rousing conversation. By that I mean he can spend the whole time talking at you, while you nod in agreement. Agreed. That's what I always do when Urianger talks. Although the flood of light is believed to have expunged all traces of life from the empty, we must remain ever vigilant. We know not what we shall find. Cool. Milady? Well then, shall we? Please, after you. Now's a good time. Shit is dark. Gotta make sure it's not an auto-scroller with the text first. No, got plenty of time to read it. 1 second. Alright, all set. With a name like The Empty, I wasn't expecting much in the way of pleasant scenery, but this is downright depressing. Yeah, they mean it when they call it that, right? To look on the lands swallowed by the flood with mine own eyes is a chilling sight indeed. Approximately 9/10 of this world are as this, a slate all but wiped clean. Jesus Christ, man. Were it not for the warriors of darkness in Minfilia, the whole world would have been like this, ended up like this. Reen, are you sure we're heading in the right direction? Yes, I'm certain. There's no telling how far away it is, though. Nothing for it but to keep going, then. You two back there may as well take a nap. I have a feeling we've a good few mons ahead of us. Alright. That looks cozy, man. Wait, what's on the back of the car? Is that our supplies they're carrying? Off we went into the night. Taking a nap. I have to say, it's a touch larger than I was expecting. And is it sleeping? Norbrand, the Empty. No. It's waking up. What the hell is it? I don't like the sound of that. Is it a light warden? No, I don't think so. Instead of being filled with light, it is light. The first Sin Eater. Ryanja, you know something of this? Long have I strived to unravel the mysteries surrounding the flood of light, to discover what set that terrible cataclysm in motion. Every thread led to the same conclusion, the same single point. Or single being. I have reason to believe that the entity we see before us is the first Sin Eater, the instigator of the flood, the very foe Menphilia vanquished a century ago. Holy shit. She gave everything she had, and won. But this abomination could undo her work. Anchor's not going to let that slide. Aye, the possibility cannot be denied, though it is oft said that destruction and creation are but two sides of the same coin. True. One's a hell of a lot harder than the other, though. Reen, knowest thou of what I speak? The power to shape reality, to bend the laws of nature. For what was once shattered may be forged anew. That's all well and good, but don't you think we should give it a name first? Well, if it's creation and destruction at the same time, Eden. At least for the creation part. Utopia in Fae. A most auspicious title. Yeah, Reen, where'd you come up with that? Aside from the fact that it looks exactly like Eden from Final Fantasy VIII. The Guardian Force Eden. Now that that's settled, perhaps we should find a spot to set up camp. I even brought a couple of tents on the off chance, but pitching the damn things is something of a fine art. Does anyone fancy helping me? Steroids will do that to you, man. Oh, you didn't mean pitching that kind of tent. Never mind. No, yeah. Yeah, I've heard tents are pretty hard to put together, actually. Whoa! It is our stuff! Even a loose book. Who the hell dangles this much stuff so perilously off the back of a high-speed moving fucking vehicle? Are you kidding me? Sleeping bags, food, and other supplies? Didn't I mention if we were ever going to go out into the empty, we would need to take a bunch of food and supplies? Somewhere towards the end of Shadowbringers, I think I said that, when they mentioned it. He was in the post-credit scene with Thancred and Reen. These are some big-ass tents for just the three of us, holy shit. They're humongous, dude. I've never seen camping tents this size for such a small party, but okay. I'll take it. We're living large! Where the hell's Thancred? Though frequent rest may allay the symptoms of prolonged exposure to the empty's ambient ether, it would be unwise to linger here overlong. We can be corrupted by it, like radiation of some kind. I never realized that putting tents up could be such a bother. Still, I'm glad that we got there in the end. Yeah, it's not easy. Thancred should be back from scouting the area soon. Once he's here, we can plan our next move. In the middle of nowhere. Yeah. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. These can be exchanged for equipment by speaking with Golgol and Mordsuk or Yal and Yulmor. Thank you for the information. Yeah, we're somewhere out here, basically. I don't even know which... Oh, we went south, right? Get the fuck out of here. Deploy the core. Reen waits anxiously for Tancred to return from surveying the vicinity. I wonder what's taking Tancred so long. Calm down, Reen. He's a professional scout. He was a ninja before he was a gunbreaker. Remember that. He's fine. He taught you how to be a ninja. Or at least a rogue. Oh, there he is! Yep, he's back. Well, that was rather uneventful. Not that I'm complaining. Did you find anything? No, thankfully. There's naught but barren plains in every direction. Apart from Eden, obviously. I tried approaching it and the brute didn't even seem to notice me. I thought it best not to tempt fate, so I withdrew. We should act now before it's fully awake. Meaning what, exactly? When I think about the flood of light, I get the feeling that rather than destroying everything in its path, what it actually did was stop the flow of ether. Yeah. I can't remember who it was that explained it, but yeah, they explained to us... That was Orionja, right? Yeah. When we met him in Ilmeg, he explained to us that's what light does. It brings things to stasis, a form of peace. Nothing moves. There can be no violence if nothing can move anymore. And darkness is the opposite. Chaos. Hence violence. But if nothing can move, there's no possibility for life either. The ramifications, right? Of course, that meant that all of the plants, animals, and people here could no longer survive. They must have crumbled to dust in the years since. It's been over 100 years, yeah? But the ether is still here, lying dormant. If Eden is the one that caused it, maybe it can get it flowing again. Like reverse what it did? I don't know for certain, but I think I can use Eden to bring life back to the empty. Where the hell is she getting all this? Like, you'd think she already knew something about Eden that the rest of us don't. This is all pure conjecture, and she's already, like, assuming so much that she thinks that she can do with this Sin Eater we've never seen before, and know very little about. Now hold on a moment. What makes you think that's even possible? And how do you expect to control that kind of power? Reen's aspirations may not be as preposterous as thou dost surmise. Thank you, Thancred, for having the same reaction as me. I believe Minfilia halted the Flood of Light's advance not by destroying Eden, but by silencing it. And in so doing, she hath gifted us an opportunity too precious to waste. Excuse me. Even now, the flame of hope burns on. Excuse me again. Aye. As Minfilia's successor, it standeth to reason that Reen doth possess the means to exert her will over Eden. Such a monumental task is not to be taken lightly. What sayest thou, Leon? Man, I imagine this is easier said than done. It would put Reen's life at risk. Well, of the two answer choices, I'm going with this one. It would put Reen's life at risk, though. There's more at stake than just my life. If Eden is allowed to awaken, who knows what will happen? I have to try. Very well, Reen. You've made up your mind. So, how should we go about this? I have an idea. I've been studying it carefully ever since we arrived, and it seems to me that the light is more concentrated at a certain point. I suppose you could call it the core. Yeah, I just saw a shooting star. That giant Talos had a core too. Like a beating heart, it controlled the flow of ether. If Eden's core is the same, perhaps we could use it to restore the etheric balance? The theory is certainly sound. By employing Ethernet shards as beacons, mayhap we could trace the ethereal flow to Eden's core, and in so doing, secure the means to teleport to the very heart of the beast. Thankfully, the Settlement Council has kindly furnished us with a plethora of apparatus by which to perform such feats. However, we must needs first have Reen study the entity's interior and chart us a suitable course. Once we have reached our destination, I shall fabricate a means by which you may directly communicate with Eden and mayhap exert a measure of control over it. You can really do that? Sure. All credit is due to a dear friend, a gentle soul long since departed who imparted to me a wealth of knowledge concerning etherology. Moonbreeder. I'm guessing. Pretty sure that's what he's talking about. Although I am certain she would be all too quick to chastise my methodology. Excuse me for interrupting this trip down memory lane, but I don't imagine that Eden will be too happy about us rummaging around in its innards, for want of a better term. I don't think so either. In all seriousness, though, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of welcoming party arranged for intruders. Perhaps you had best lead the way, Leon? Sure. It's true that he's the only one who can defeat a Light Warden, but I'd rather not rely on him any more than we have to. Yes, I haven't forgotten what happened when he absorbed too much light. But as Alize said, making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. Now, I wish I could put down Wardens myself, but the simple fact is, I can't. And there's no point pretending I can't. That's why I'm asking Leon. Then perhaps I could... You already have a job to do, remember? The only reason this plan even has a chance of success is because of your involvement. We need you to concentrate on the task at hand and guide us to the core. Not only that, you'll have to keep an eye on Eden itself. If we somehow manage to make it angry, get us out of there. We all have our roles to play. You already declared your own, Reen. Are you sure you want to go through with this? Now she's the one asking me. For lack of any better plans, because I got nothing better to do, yeah, sure. This is what I do best. I won't let you down. Though we will remain here, Reen and I shall do our utmost to guide thee along the ethereal stream. After thou hast breached the exterior, we shall remain in contact via these link pearls, courtesy of our comrades in the Crystarium. Being relics salvaged from the Crystal Tower, I fear they may be somewhat less reliable than those to which thou art accustomed. I'll take it, it's better than nothing. Eden's Gate Resurrection. Now accessible. Hey Tancred, how you doing, buddy? Can't get this bloody thing lit! Must be because the ether has stopped flowing, just as Reen said. Though if this plan of hers, Anuyanja's, actually works, we might have to stop calling this place to be empty. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Where's the freaks when you need them so I can light a fire over there? What is that? Looks like a reflection of some kind. I'm talking about slightly to the left of Eden. Straight ahead. Very strange. Oh wait, I think I might know what the problem is. I reactivated this when I was playing off stream. Nope, still there. Again, still probably nothing. I realized I had I forgot to turn on the yeah, these. They made running those dungeons easier at least. But yeah, I usually like it to be a bit more flashy. When I'm streaming anyway. Even if it does cost me being able to be more efficient. The teleportation apparatus hath been calibrated successfully, and I believe the probability of irreversible disintegration to be relatively low. Well, that's really good to hear. I don't want to fucking disappear. Fade into nothingness. We're ready when you are, Leon. So we're exactly 2 hours, but I've been, thanks to the queue times of those earlier dungeons, I don't really need to get up too much. So, I'm gonna queue, and I'm gonna guess, and I'm just gonna assume it's gonna take a while, just like the dungeons did. And then, if it does take even longer than just a minute, this will be where I cut it, and then the next video will start when the queue pops. We'll be able to save some time on the YouTube video, cut out a whole portion of just waiting. Eden's Gate Resurrection. Reen's discovery of a vast concentration of light prompts an expedition into the barren wastelands, left in the wake of the flood known as the Empty. There you encounter the immense and enigmatic Eden, the very first Sin-Eater and the progenitor of the destruction that all but consumed the world. Rather than seeking to end this threat once and for all, Reen hopes to use its limitless power to restore the ethereal balance of the Empty and breathe life into the planet. However, she must first gain control of Eden's core, which is likely to have countermeasures for repelling intruders. Other parties recruiting 49. This might not be a very long... Is that just for this one, though, or does it refer to any... It might refer to in general. So... Still, hopefully that means people are doing normal raid roulettes, right? Alright, well, let's see how fast it goes, or how slow it goes. Average wait time, less than 5 minutes. Alright. Cut the video here. I'm gonna cut it anyway. Now there's just gonna be no time skip. It's like people were just waiting on a tank. Jesus. But when is that not the case, right? Usually most parties are always either just waiting on a tank or a healer. Oh shit! The nostalgia! Be careful, huge amounts of ether rushing to the core. Wait, what's that?
What? What the fuck?
Keeper of Knowledge, Eden Prime. Milady! Did not expect to see you again like this. The FFA nostalgia is strong, though. What did I miss? God, I always die here? That's not good. Oh, I'm glad I'm not the main tank at least. Fear of Paradise? Somebody says they love the music. What the hell is that? Don't know where I should take this. Scared the fuck out of me. I was like, I think I'm dead. No, I'm fine. I can't help but hum along to the music. It's my childhood. I said it before in the marathon, but I literally got FF8 for my 9th birthday, I think. What the? Get over here! Oh shit, never mind, stay away. Oops, right. What? Fuck! I got hit by one. Almost thought I didn't make it out of that. Jesus, fuck. We lost another one. AI said, just bad RNG. I guess they were standing in the wrong place at the wrong time trying to dodge the other shit. Alright, TJ, it's me and you. Preparing to unleash Eternal Breath. Guessing I gotta take one of these. Or not. I guess we can just keep them both in one spot. Eternal Breath is... well, we all remember this. Oh, fuck. I get to feel what my enemies felt in FF8 when I spammed this. Oh, I didn't think it would come back to bite me in the ass like this. There it goes. Gotta mash the square button to boost it. Somebody else said it too. We gotta get that boost! So that's what my enemies felt back then. That shit hurts. I'm glad to see I'm doing this with fellow FF8 fans. Too many of us went the same way. Oh. Somebody else beat his ass. Or her ass, sorry. Shit. There we go. Good work. Pardon my intrusion, milady. It's warranted. So that's what it's like to be, that's what it feels like to be on the receiving end of that fucking attack. Eternal Breath. I definitely almost killed the sage just now. Oh, hold on, they're probably waiting on. I don't need this crap. I'm just going back to the chat logs though. Oh my god, they said a lot of shit. Somebody referenced a Michael Jackson song. That person must have been having a good time, if you know what I mean. Somebody says squall. Why? Mash that square button, we gotta get that boost. That's what they said. These people were having a good time. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a pre-made, but it doesn't seem like they knew each other. I like lively parties like that. That was good. This is a lot of banter. Wouldn't be surprised if some of them were on cloud 9, if you know what I mean, or drunk. All's well that ends well. Accurate. Seems that we'll have to wait for the ether within Eden to stabilize before we can all teleport to the core. Though we anticipated some form of resistance, I did not foresee Eden regenerating a smaller replica of itself. Excuse me. To think that a mere fraction of its power could manifest such a powerful adversary is frightening indeed. Yeah. I mean, we saw that with Bahamut, but you guys don't know about that. Me and Alize still haven't told everyone, I guess. I assume by now we have, but... You know, Bahamut Prime, Alexander Prime. Smaller versions of the real thing. It seems that Thancred's prediction about there being some sort of guardian was right. Thankfully, there was nothing that you couldn't handle. Yeah. And I'm glad to say that you haven't absorbed any light either. So far, so good. Now that the way is clear, the Ethernet shards can send us to the core and back whenever we need. Why don't we give them a try? Okay. Let's go. This is a lot smaller than what it looked like just now while we were fighting. The platform is way smaller. Standing around and waiting is hardly my forte, though I dare say I'm more suited to this than whatever Uyanja is doing. Yeah, what are you doing, buddy? Though the apparatus is now in place, a number of minute adjustments must needs be made before attempting to assert control over Eden. Okay. Once Uyanja has activated the device, it's my turn. Make us proud, Reen. Make us proud. The time hath come, Reen. Just realized I still have my shades on. Not a bad thing, but I think I want to take them off now. Watch over me, Minfilia. You got this, Reen. Is this supposed to happen? Eden is offering considerable resistance. No shit. Not now. Not when I'm so close. Oh shit! Uyanja! Why'd only he go flying? I am unharmed. But what of Reen? No. You listen to me! Tell her. Tell Eden, Reen. Establish dominance. Reen, be careful. People shake. Oh god, where did I move that one? I was Reen powering up. I couldn't find it, so I hit the other one, but... Powering up to take over. Now that one was for the booba. That's more accurate to what Eden looked like in FF8, yeah. Eden Prime was a nice little alternate version of it, though. That's kind of cool. Here we go. There we go. Oh, I'm glad that's over. But for how long? The beast's fury hath subsided. For now. Mean? One fell swoop. Reen appears to have recovered from her battle of wills with Eden. It worked! I'm in control now, I think. Your voice kind of changed there a little bit. You alright? You need a cough drop? Although I'm now linked to Eden, I still need to figure out how to give it commands. Pray tell, what caused it to convulse so violently? It must have been when Eden rose into the air. I'm still struggling to stop it from drifting too far from the camp. Even now, thou art... Uh-oh, now what the fuck's going on? Reen? What's going on? Ah! Above us! Something's coming this way! An enemy! But how dost thou... Ah! Could it be a Sin Eater? I can't see them clearly, but... No, that's impossible. What is it? They're inside, too! Lots of them, trying to reach the core! Uninvited guests, eh? If I'd known they were coming, I would have tidied the place up. The wisecracks. Japes are a poor substitute for a viable stratagem. Thank you, Ranger. Yeah. That was same reaction as me. I'm just like, dude, not the time for jokes. In that case, I suggest that you and I deal with the ones who are already inside. And Leon can welcome our airborne adversary. Reen, find out if Eden has any defenses we can make use of. Preferably ones that don't recognize us as the enemy. I'm not sure about that, but I can use the ether currents to send you wherever you need to go. That's my girl. Alright everyone, we've got work to do. From what I can tell, Eden is able to form simple structures by redirecting ether. So I'll try to give you something to stand on. When you're ready, head for that portal over there. Okay? Thanks, Reen. Just be careful not to accidentally deactivate the platform we're standing on at some point while we're on it. Eden's Gate Descent. Come on, Eden. Show me what you can do. He's really getting into this. Holy shit. Having finally overcome Eden in a battle of wills, Reen is now in control of the enormous Sin Eater, which now drifts high above the empty. Your celebrations are short-lived, however, as Reen detects the presence of unknown enemies making their way towards Eden's core. While Thancred and Urianger rush to intercept a swarm of foes approaching from the inside, you head to the upper reaches to face the threat from above. Now, in my past experience, and we've seen this on stream, the very first normal raid is for some reason the one that has the shortest queue. The very first one in the whole series, but also the very first in each tier for some reason. Every tier has 4 raids, right? We're now on 2 of 4. The average wait time is now 9 minutes, whereas the first one was less than 5. I do not know what causes this phenomenon. I really don't. But it... One second. It seems to be consistent across all normal raids. I see this, like, even before I started streaming, every time I would, do one of these and go through the whole series, I saw this happen. It would always, the first one would always queue really fast, no matter what role I was playing, didn't matter. You know, healer, tank, DPS, whatever. And then, yeah, everyone after that was always, it took forever. Also, thinking back, I think I might cut the video in between, yeah, I think I might make an edit, or, like, when I edit the highlights for the VOD to make the YouTube videos, I think I might make the cut at the beginning of the entire quest line. When I was still in the Crystarium after I got back from Yulmore. I don't know yet, though. Just to make it more clean. I'll think about it. That'll be a little bit more rough because I didn't plan on it. I'll have to find some spot to just cut it without cutting myself off mid-sentence or something. Anyway, like I said, from this point on, it could be a while. Queue times can... might actually be a little bit longer from this point on. Ooh. Looking for some good music here. Oh, don't need it. Alright, it was a little longer, but not that much. Da-da-dum. I do not want to main tank this one. God, I hope my other tank takes the initiative, because I just remember the mechanics for this one. The FF8 boss music making a return. Antithesis Manifest. Voidwalker. What the hell is a creature from the 13th doing here? Oh, similar party to last time, I just recognized the name. Different tank though. Servants of the accursed light, this world is not yours to claim. By my hand, the veil between our worlds is torn open. Oh, Jesus. It can talk. Gaze into the abyss in despair. Same in there. It is too late to beg forgiveness. Your fate is sealed. Fuck you! That mechanic alone is why I don't want to maintain. Not yet. At least it keeps the stack marker. 3, 2, 1. They're falling for it. We're gonna die. Oh, they're all gonna go off at the same time. Holy shit, we're dead. Well, I survived it, but the healer didn't. I'm confused. You should be. From beyond the rift, your doom draws near. It's actually calling a giant hand from the void. Holy shit. There's a delay, no shit. Hey, at least we're all still alive, right? Your evil will not go unpunished. Fuck you. Not yet. Stay stacked, don't run away. Gotcha. He said don't run away! Shit! This is fun. We're with a lot of new people, though. What's he gonna do? Oh shit. Don't look at that person. Missed one. We're good. Nope, you see another one, not yet. He said, stay stacked. There you go. Yeah. Our little sprouts are learning. This is a really fun mechanic. That delay mechanic is awesome. I love it. I can't see shit!
What the fuck?
Couldn't see a damn thing. Woo! Good work! Well, I know Benny knows what they're doing, because they were the one doing the callouts when they realized everybody else didn't know what the hell was going on. Or Benry. Not for this. Alright, we're out of here. Leon! Thank goodness you're unharmed. Barely. We came as soon as we took care of our unwanted guests. They were a stubborn bunch and quite unlike anything I've ever seen in the first. Well, this one was a void scent. Or at least it was called Voidwalker and it looked like a void scent. No. I won't let you... What? Damn the light. Damn you all! Yo, calm the fuck down, we'll put you down again. Who are you? What do you want? Why am I here? What is happening? Oof. She's alive, but there's something strange about her ether. She didn't seem too pleased with Reen taking control of Eden, which may be what caused her to appear out of the blue. Beyond that, it's anyone's guess. Tis plain she is not the Sin Eater, not even in part as Bothrid was. Yet this knowledge does little to assuage my fears, for she is nonetheless possessed of a power most terrible. How can you tell? Is it how strongly she was able to fight us? On the other hand, if she's feeling cooperative, she might be able to tell us more about Eden. We'll keep an eye on her until she wakes up. There's no telling what will happen when she does, but I'll make it clear that we mean her no harm. Well, no further harm at the very least. Yeah. I mean, we acted in self-defense. Obviously, it's not a good idea to bring her inside Eden. It's likely that reaching the core was her aim from the outset, so I'll take her to the camp. Go for it, Thancred, bro. Bro cred? No, it doesn't work. Now that things have settled down, I should get back inside and try strengthening my link to Eden. See, I already thought of Thancred as a bro, because sometimes we can both make jokes and that are along the lines of or at least back in Realm Reborn when Thancred was still picking up chicks as a hobby. But now like we're even more tight because we're both gunbreakers. Now that things have settled down, I should get back inside and try strengthening my link to Eden. Okay. You do it, buddy. Need some Ace 2-0 after that shit. We're gonna check. I have yet to discover the means by which the exterior was breached, though it would appear that the fiends that Thancred and I slew were of a similar nature to those led by thine own adversary. Voitant, in other words. Again, what the hell were creatures from the 13th doing here? Although I had my hands full trying to control Eden, I caught a glimpse of your battle. That power. I've never seen anything like it. Which part? The part where she delayed her attacks? What thou witnessed was the tearing of the very fabric of reality. Oh, the part where she would summon that gigantic monster hand. Right. From the void. The creation of a rift through which void sense may enter. But pray tell, Reen, didst thou make any other observations? I couldn't sense any light at all in Night Girl or her servants. They're completely dark aspected? and I can't really explain how, but she reminded me of Emmett's self. How so? But I think it unlikely that she is an Ascian. She may yet be thrall to Zodium. Maybe we'll be able to find out more once she's woken up. In the meantime, I'll try to improve my control over Eden. It seems to be listening more than before, instead of screaming at me like it was in the beginning. And that's not all. I've made an exciting discovery! What is it? What do you got? Mayhap Eden hath imparted unto Reen some manner of ancient knowledge. Let's find out. How was it, Reen? Nor any drop to drink. Yeah, it just has some water, but I feel a lot more confident in my ability to control Eden now. Of course, this is only the beginning. And we shall accompany thee wheresoever this path may lead. But pray tell, what manner of discovery hast thou made? I understand how Eden's power works, and therefore the true nature of the Flood of Light. Yes, it affected the balance of all of the ether in the empty, shifting it so far towards the umbral that it stopped flowing altogether. Excuse me. The power to tip the scales. So that's how it did it. And to tip them back again. That's what Eden does. It controls the balance of ether over a wide area, forcing it from one alignment to the other, whichever one it pleases in. Left alone, it still poses a threat, but if I can harness its power, I think I should use it. I could use it to breathe life back into the empty. The trouble is, I haven't the foggiest idea where to start. And if I go about this the wrong way, I'll do more harm than good. How about a necessary key ingredient for all life to exist? That's a good place to start. Thou needst not bear this burden alone, Reen. Nor should thou. 'Tis no simple matter of awakening that which lies dormant. All things in nature are inextricably linked, 'tis true. The elements maintain a fragile harmony without which life cannot prosper. So what should we do? A solution hath begun to take shape in my mind, though it will require further discussion. For the time being, let us return to the camp. It would be remiss of us not to involve Thancred. Thancred? I'm curious to know what connection that girl has to Eden. If only she'd told us a bit more before she collapsed. Yeah. Still sleeping soundly, I'm afraid. If I'd known she'd take so long to come around, I'd have brought a good book or two to pass the time. Don't worry about it. Bah. 4th of July is like a week from now or less. Or hearing fireworks. My friends, I believe I have struck upon a method by which we may see this world restored. Orianger, before you go any further, allow me to make a potentially very long story slightly shorter. The plan is to control Eden and realign the ether of the empty, right? He totally fucking cut him off. He's like, hold on, let me just speed this up real quick. In essence, yes. However, unleashing elemental energies haphazardly will not suffice. In addition, the empty is unfathomably vast. Were we only able to effect change over one small region at a time, it would take many lifetimes to complete even a fraction of our task. Instead, our energies would be better spent revitalizing each element in order, that we might set in motion a more widespread transformation. One at a time. I hate to say this, but I don't think Eden will be able to draw out a single element without affecting the others. For that very reason, we shall select the location in which the ambient ether we wish to restore is at its most potent. Even in a dormant state, certain elements will be more prevalent and therefore more easily manipulated. Then, we rebalance the ether and return it to the land. whereupon it shall be borne on ethereal currents to the farthest reaches of the empty. That's genius. But what's to prevent that element from breaking free of Eden's hold and causing a disaster of some sort? It must needs be contained. The question is, how? And he looks at me. Leon, indulge me a moment if thou wouldst. Pray imagine a corporeal manifestation of each of the individual elements. What dost thou see in thy mind's eye? Levels? A joke answer. Why not? Mayhap thou art afeard to utter the faithful word, for even to speak the name Primal is to invite misfortune. Yeah, sure, that's it. It's totally not because I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about. Yeah. Though invite it we must. As the ether is drawn forth and realigned by Eden, we shall perform a summoning, as Master Louisoix once did on the fields of Cartano. As one who hath laid low countless primals, thy memories will shape the ether into a deiform entity, which must subsequently be dispersed in the traditional fashion. Kill it? So, defeat it, in other words. But is that even possible? I mean, I've done it many times before, but you weren't there for that, Reed. I break my fast on bottles, and right now I'm very hungry. It's either that or being torn to shreds. I break my fast on primals. I've done it plenty of times, I'm good. Lest thou forget, 'twill be no more than an approximation of a foe thou hast previously bested. Right, I have to picture it in my mind. I literally have to summon it based on what I remember of it, yeah. I have every confidence in thine abilities, Leon. As do I. Though it might help to have some idea of what you will be up against. Have you decided which element to tackle first? I propose water, the source of all life. Yes, I knew you were going to say that, though. As for the location, an area to the west of Norbrand was once home to the world's deepest ocean. Alas, the flood of light reduced it to a yawning chasm. Damn. Water. Yes, that seems like a good choice. I'll see if Eden can take us where we need to go. And I shall prepare for the summoning. Thancred, wouldst thou keep watch over our enigmatic antagonist? She may have vital information to impart. In the event that she becometh agitated, thou mayest have need to restrain her. Someone's got to do it, I suppose. I'll be praying for your success while I wait here, twiddling my thumbs. Still, I must say I don't envy you being caught up in yet another one of Urianger's madcap schemes. Right? Though, come to think of it, if the creature you must fight is born from your own memories and imagination, why don't you try thinking of something a bit tamer than the primals you fought in the past? Perhaps that's not how it works. Anyway, best of luck. Yeah, I'll try picturing a weaker Leviathan if we're going for water first. Reen's acquitted herself well in this whole Eden business, but I think she needs to slow down a little. We're in no hurry, after all. Yeah, but I think she just wants to do her part to help this world. After pretty much having to stand back and watch us do all the work of defeating Bothri and Emetzel. She probably feels like she wants to contribute more, you know? She doesn't want to be a drag on the rest of us. She wants to do her part. Leviathan is the ideal candidate to embody the element of water. Be warned that the circumstances of said summoning differ greatly from that of the primal encountered in the source, and the results are difficult to predict. Roger that. Reen? Eden seems to be responding well to my instructions, so we should reach our destination in no time at all. Okay, let's do it. Oh shit. Alright, this is the place. I'll see if I can draw out the water aspected ether. Whoa. The rest is up to you, Leon. Time to summon a primal. For the first time ever. Memories of Leviathan come flooding back. Alright, trying to do the squall summoning animation. Eden's Gate inundation. He didn't do the forehead part, but he did the rest, right? Inundation. We're gonna drown! When you're ready, I'll have Eden teleport you there. Right on. It would appear that the summoning was a success, though Leviathan hath yet to reveal himself. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go welcome him. Reen is now able to concentrate on the task of turning Eden's immense power to the task of balancing the ethereal alignment of the empty. But the delicate task must be approached one element at a time, and Urianger suggests that the first should be water, essential to all life. However, for the ether to be restored, it must first be given shape through a process akin to summoning. As you call upon your memories of the dread Leviathan, the raging fury of the deluge begins to take form. People shake. We need water! Damn, we might need to do this here in California soon. We're in a fucking drought. For like 10 plus years now. That's all good. Someday we'll have a real-life avalanche or something, you know? Like FF7 style. Some groups of grassroots eco-activists that will inevitably be branded as, like, eco-terrorists. They'll do some radical shit to try and shift the balance of climate change in the other direction, right? Hey, who knows? Just a theory. A crackpot one, but... Alright. Then I have headphones on. Oh god. Just listening to the music reminds me of the mechanics, and I'm just like, I'm probably gonna die. Inheritor of the world. Leviathan. Okay, Leon, I'm not sure that's exactly what Leviathan looked like. Why does it have two heads this time? What the fuck? I'm ready. Rise, oceans! Swallow this forsaken land! Yeah, that's what we want, but we don't want you to overdo it either. Oh? Temporary fire. He's charging up his laser. Oh shit! It's Hydro Beam or whatever from Pokemon. Whatever that move's called. Hydro Cannon? I don't know. saw that a little late. Thank God it was forgiving. Undersea quake. Leon! I'll use Eden's power. Please, we need somewhere to stand. Jesus Christ. He's like, I know how to get rid of him. Give him nowhere to stand. I love the charge up sound. So fucking cool. It should hold for now, but be careful. Yes, she rebuilt it. Good job, Reed. Surge tides, crush waves, let none be spared. Tsunami, his ultimate attack? We don't have fire-respected crystals to protect us this time, though. Holy shit. What? Didn't do it in time or it doesn't work. Do we stay stacked for this or do we not? I don't think so. What is with the inconsistent stack markers? Those Doritos used to mean stack up, now it seems to be spread out. What the fuck? Maelstrom? Your course shall feed the vortex. Was that supposed to say corpse? He held back on the AoE marker for that one till the last second, didn't he? Oh god, I don't even know if it's a good time to revive right now. I'll try it now, but... Fucking walked off the edge because I couldn't see where I was going. That's it, Eden. Kill him. Woo! Forgot the move name again too. Shit. The one where he destroys the ground. I wonder if there was an AoE marker last time. Or maybe it was just him charging up. I don't know. I had no idea what was gonna hit. That's my point. Didn't know what to look out for. Not the second time. The first time I saw that he was gonna shave off the platform. The first time the second time I did not see it though. For one, I forgot the name, but for number two, I also didn't see the charge-up animation, what it was like. A most empathic victory, Leon. Unfortunately, we cannot yet be certain if the ether is behaving as predicted. Well, guess it's just a wait-and-see thing now, right? That was incredible! Is that what a primal looks like? Yeah. This world hasn't seen many of those, have they? Oh, not quite the same then. But why is that? Memories warp over time, maybe? But yeah, that's not what Leviathan looks like. The Leviathan of the Source was summoned by the Sahagin, to whom he was no less than a god. Without their faith, the deiform entity that we brought into existence differed on a fundamental level, so it was no less formidable. The manifestation relied upon Leon's experiences of Leviathan and may have been influenced by recollections of other water-aspected beings, leading to further discrepancies. It's like we found out in Amarot, right? In Academia Nitre, you have to focus a lot for creation magic to work properly. If you get distracted by even the slightest thing, you end up with a lion that has eagle wings on its back. A flying lion, instead of just a regular lion. Memories brought to life. Yeah, that's what primals are. But I still can't tell if our plan actually worked. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. How goes it? All good. If you finish slaying your primal, or whatever it is, I suggest you get back here on the double. There's something you ought to see. Is that chick awake? What could that be? Evidently, our only recourse is to return to our base of operations forthwith. Bankred! What's up, bro? What's going on? Leon, look! I hear water. There it is. It worked! You really did, though. Holy shit. Whoa. It's a giant crystal, though. That wasn't there before. By the 12's good grace, it is a marvel to behold. I never thought that a whole lake would suddenly appear like this. Yeah, and way back here, this isn't even where we fought Leviathan. And we're just getting started. I only hope the burden is not too much for you, Leon. No, you can count on me. This is what I live for. If I have a chance to have a part in restoring life to this world, it would be my honor. Such a profound transformation, though the change appears to be limited to an area no more than a few moms in diameter. Hey, it's a starting point. You know, when I first heard Urianger's plan, I didn't know what to expect. But then that enormous crystal appeared and water came gushing forth and, well, now you know it's gonna work. Super seismic. Oh god. Mechanics where you fall off, Leviathan's the least of our worries. I think this proves that the water-aspected ether is no longer lying dormant. So, which element should we realign next, Urianger? I propose Earth. Should we succeed in returning the soil's life-giving energy, the empty shall become capable of supporting the growth of flora. Imagine that! Forests in the empty! But before we begin, I'd like to know how that girl is doing. Still sound asleep. She didn't so much as stir even when I took her helmet off. I thought it might be getting a bit stuffy in there, and I was curious to know what sort of person we're dealing with. She seems surprisingly normal, not at all like your usual void scent. I'd say she's around the same age as you, Reen, perhaps a little older. Well, whoever she is, we should let her rest while we concentrate on the task at hand. Excuse me. As much as I'd love to go with you, I'd best stay here in case she wakes up and is feeling less than cooperative. And while I wait here, wishing I had something to read, my thoughts will be with you as you fly off to face the next opponent. Didn't bring any books, huh? I saw one book, but... It must be a strange feeling to bring something into existence through your own willpower, only to slay it immediately after. I almost feel sorry for the poor things. All the same, I wish you luck. Yeah, if only it could be different. If only we could have just summoned the water. But I guess it doesn't work that way. If all goes well, he won't be waiting for long. The sooner we get this over with, the sooner we can see the results. Ah, the FF8 world map music. Much FF8 nostalgia. Once more unto the empty, dear friend. Thou art prepared, I presume? I'm ready. Let's go wherever we need to go to get this done. Now, before we embark on our journey, there is one question I feel I should ask. Where are we going? That's what I just asked. I would suggest a certain region that lieth east of Norbrent, which was once home to the great Mount Atlas. And for the Earth-aspected primal we wish to invoke, what could be a more fitting choice than Titan? I don't think I've heard of that one. What's it like? Well, story time again. The landslides. The landslides. Seems like you had a rather traumatic experience. Ha! But if our last battle's anything to go by, this one will be different from the Titan that Leon remembers, yes? Aye, it would be wise to consider the two as entirely separate beings. A traumatic experience. As such, thou must needs conceive new stratagems if thou art to triumph in the battle to come. Past experience will avail thee not, I fear. Alright, Leon. Once you're ready, we'll be on our way. It took a while, but we finally arrived. Ready, Leon? Memories of Titan come tumbling back. Tumbling, yeah. There we go. Eden's Gate Sepulchre. Yep, we're gonna get buried alive. Remember, the primal will almost assuredly be vastly different from that which thou didst lay low on the source. The terrain around here seems a bit rough, but Eden can give you something more level to stand on. Okay. Having successfully realigned the element of water following your triumph over Leviathan, the next candidate for restoration is Earth, in the hope that the empty will soon become able to support life. As before, you draw upon your experience of Kwan's fought on the source to shape the ether. This time recalling your fateful encounter with the Lord of Crags, Titan. I get up while I can. This might be another short queue, who knows? Alright, it's showtime. Dum, 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 dum.
It's rewind time.
No, not yet. We haven't died. We haven't lost the fight. We're barely starting. Editor of Cracks, Titan. Yeah, that's very different. He almost looks like a goddamn robot here. He's all metallic and shit. Go for it, mentor. Teach me, senpai. The voice of the land. Holy shit. The weight of the land. Stone crushing. Okay. A tank buster of some kind? Not some kind, what other kind is that, right? The world shall tremble. Geo Crush. Tempered in the flows of the mountain's core, my rage is eternal. There is no salvation for the sons of man. I got lucky. I had no idea where I was supposed to stand for that. I'll be honest. Healer didn't get so lucky though. I totally fluked that shit. I am unbreakable. Unstoppable! I shall grind you to dust, mortal. Fuck you. Your fleeting, meaningless existence ends here. Very high and mighty, isn't it? Rising Fury. Kimmy Tootie said, oh. Oh, they must have fallen out. I like the name though. Kimmy Tootie. No, I knew to go that way. massive landslide right in front of him. Yeah, I learned after the first time. Even if it was just a fluke. Whew. Paradise found. 1. Shit. I did take over for the main tank for only a second there, but hey, at least I remembered to turn on tank stance and provoke this time, right? Wasn't necessary though, he never actually moved. He just started spamming a bunch of attacks where he sat still. Sorry, not soot. Eden's Gate complete, there's the first tier. Up 15. Yoon got it. They were competing for it. That's funny. You can have it. Let me see. Yoon said, "Hey, Timmy, what did you roll?" 39. Tisk. And then I rolled a 15 and Hume got it. Who knows what they rolled. But Hume freaked out. They just spammed SLDJFLK. They basically just, did this on the keyboard. I guess they were probably after that minion for a while. Well, they got lucky I didn't roll something higher than them. What were you on to? Well fought, Leon. Well fought indeed. That thou wert able to triumph over this avatar of primordial rage is testament to thy puissance. Yeah, and this time I didn't get thrown off the fucking platform like with Leviathan, huh? Go figure. Welcome back! You must be exhausted. For a creature made of rock, he was a lot more agile than I was expecting. Yeah, you'd be surprised. Those hops. I wonder, was the Titan of your world a tough opponent too? Yes. If I'd put one foot wrong, I would have fallen to my doom, just like this one. So all it would have taken is a momentary lapse of concentration? I don't like the sound of that. That's how dangerous it is to fight primals. But, more importantly, you've defeated another elemental being, which means we're a step closer to reclaiming the empty. Can't wait to see how much of a difference we've made this time. Me too. Thancred should, like before, be the first one to see the results. Did we really do all this? All of this? Yeah. It's slowly turning back into a normal wasteland desert type thing, rather than this white, non-etheric flowing stuff. Aye, it would appear that balance has returned to the element of earth. And yet... strong. The transformation hath affected only the immediate vicinity, whereas the lands beyond this lake doth remain unchanged. Is passing strange indeed. Did we do something wrong? Though this falleth short of the outcome I had envisioned, 'tis plain our efforts were not in vain. Mayhap this localized phenomenon is the result of an intersection of ethereal currents. Therefore, it is reasonable to assume that similar locations in the empty have undergone comparable alterations. then the ether will spread out from these points to cover the rest of... Whoa. You alright? Holy shit. Reen! Perhaps asserting her will over Eden has taken its toll. Are you alright? Speak to us, Rain. What's wrong? The next piece of the puzzle. Rain appears to have been overcome by exhaustion. No shit. It's nothing. That didn't look like nothing to me. You'd better lie down for a while. No, really, I'm fine. Anyway, we've still got work to do. Nay, Thancred hath the right of it. 'Twould be unwise to exert thyself overmuch. I appreciate your concern, but I do wish you'd stop fussing. Reen, thou knowest not the strain thou dost place on thyself. Though the elements of water and earth hath been restored, continued exposure to the empty, stagnant ether may yet sap thee of thy remaining strength. Now that you mention it, I've been feeling a bit out of sorts ever since we got here. It's fucking with your structure? Little Jacob would say. I should probably get away from the empty and rest for a while. Pray do so. Meanwhile, I shall remain here. The restoration of the first two elements hath produced unexpected results, and I require time to analyze our findings. However, I must ask thee to refrain from discussing our work in the empty, even with our closest comrades. Oh great, it's the clothes of Bahamut all over again. Why? I thought they'd welcome the news. And indeed they shall, once we have more to show for our efforts. Nevertheless, this mission is one of surpassing danger. I am loath to place our dearest friends at risk unless absolutely necessary. You have their best interests at heart, I'm sure. But to be perfectly honest, I'd prefer not to keep secrets from people that I trust with my life. I don't want to make a habit of this, but I'll do as you ask. Urianger knows best, if there's anything I've learned. His methods can be shady sometimes, but... It seems to me that Reen isn't the only one who would benefit from a change of scenery. Our sleeping beauty would likely fare better in more hospitable surroundings. We'll need to have our associates from the Crystarium organize a safe place for her to stay. If you and Leon could go on ahead and have a word with them in Mord's suit, we'll catch up with you once Urianger has finished. Whatever it is he needs to do. What's wrong, Tancred? Perhaps thou too shouldst accompany her on the return journey. I dare say she would be glad of thy presence. No, not this time. She's come such a long way since we first met, and I worry that relying on me too much will only hold her back. Oh. Daddy Thancred is starting to loosen the umbilical cord a little bit here, huh? We won't be staying in the First forever. The time will come for Reen and I to part ways, and for her to follow her own path. He's looking ahead to the future. Smart Thancred. I know you understand this too, Urianger. I see you trying to pass on as much of your knowledge as possible while you still can. To her credit, she's actually taking most of it in. Reen is possessed of a natural affinity for etherology, unlike some who shall remain unnamed. That's a low blow.
You bastard!
A natural affinity for staying awake during your lectures, more like. Though come to think of it, she doesn't really take after me at all. No, she doesn't. However, like thee, she is predisposed to brooding in silence in lieu of voicing her concerns. Says the master of keeping his cards close to his chest. Oh shit, got him! That's true, though. You can be quite shady and reserved yourself, Oriander, telling us not to, you know, not to be completely transparent about what you're doing, or us to be transparent with everyone else about what we're doing. Anyway, Leon, you better take the Sky Slipper with Reem. It's true that she's been through a lot lately, but so have you. We'll need you ready for the challenges that lie ahead, so go on and get some rest. Okay. Time to go take 6 months of rest until the next raid tier. We shall await news of thy safe arrival in Amarane. As there is little risk of our camp being ransacked, it may be left unattended in our absence. We'll have to decide whether it's worth posting Crystarian guards to watch over Eden while we're gone. I know. The trust factor and everything with that, right? Me? It seems like you were all having quite a serious discussion. I hope I haven't given you any cause for concern. Nah, it's got nothing to do with you, don't worry, you're fine. Well, if you say so. I probably shouldn't stay in the empty any longer than necessary, though. So, do you want to take first shift piloting, or shall I? I think I'll go first. I don't know how much you've driven vehicles, but... no jokes about that, huh? Alright. Phew! I'm glad I had you there to keep me company. I have no idea how I would have passed the time otherwise. Now that we're here, I need to find our contact from the Crystarium. Remember how to use the link pearl? But before that, I was hoping I could have a word with you. Something's been on my mind. Shoot. I've been known to be a good listener, even though I can be a chatterbox too. This might not be the best place for it, though. Those creatures over there look a bit hungry. Yep, I see them. When I first spoke to Thancred and Urianger about what I'd sensed in the empty, part of me wished we could have just left it alone. I guess I was scared of what we'd find. And yet it was still your idea to check it out. You're a pretty brave girl to go against your instincts of saying let's leave it alone and say no, we gotta check this out. But now that we found Eden, I know that I made the right choice. Yeah, it paid off, didn't it? Risks sometimes do. And if I'd given in to my fear, I probably would have spent the rest of my life wondering what might have been. Now there's a life lesson for y'all folks. This applies to so many things, other than just this situation in particular. From now on, whenever I hear that voice inside telling me to run away, to hide, I won't listen. That's not who I am anymore. Even so, all the courage in the world is not going to help me decide what we should do with that girl when she wakes up. Do you remember what she said right before she passed out? Why am I here? What has happened? What if she's being controlled or forced to act against her will? Yeah, that was kind of the first thought that came to my mind too. Whatever the case, it's clear that she's not a monster, she's a person, like you or me. Obviously, she knows something about Eden and we need all the information we can get. But more than that, I just want to talk to her, to find out who she is and if there's anything we can do to help her. On the other hand, we mustn't forget that she's already attacked us once. What's to say she won't try it again when she wakes up? Yeah, this is a delicate situation. If she keeps us from reclaiming the empty, it will be all my fault. It's no good. I can't make up my mind. What do you think we should do, Leon? Well, this is the most obvious choice, yeah. There's not much we can do until she's awake. But yeah, you know what? I like this one. Even Emmett self-headed reasons. We should at least hear her out. I ended up sympathizing with him a little bit in the end, even though I killed him. So, I think that's why I found that the most attractive answer. I see what you mean. Perhaps if we'd been able to come to an understanding, things wouldn't have ended the way they did. Yeah. I hope that she's nothing like him at Silk, but we won't know until we speak to her. Right? Until then, I'll try to concentrate on the here and now. Speaking of which, I still need to see to Urianju's errands. The people we're on our way to meet lent us the Sky Slipper and most of the apparatus we've been using. And since we've been sworn to secrecy, I assume the same applies to them and their callings. Anyway, once that's over with, we can find a place to relax. Sounds good. Now that we're here, allow me to introduce you to two members of our inner circle, or whatever you want to call it. What do we got? That's Gulgul, who's interested in training for any relics we find in the empty. Apparently he mostly deals in exotic weapons and whatnot, but he's agreed to keep us supplied with whatever else we can't get from the Crystarium. This is a lore-friendly explanation to getting raid gear. Now the ones we came to meet should be around here somewhere. Ah, Reen! What a relief it is to see you returned unharmed from your expedition. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. We were gone a bit longer than we expected. Leon, I'd like you to meet Luri. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. As representative of the Settlement Council, I am here to oversee the delivery of equipment deemed necessary to your mission. I will be on hand to provide any assistance you may require. Right on. Actually, there's something we'd like you to take care of. It's probably best not to talk about it in the middle of the market, though. I'll take it from here, Leon. You should get some rest. But before you go, I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. We still have a long road ahead of us, but if we give it our all, there's nothing we can't handle. Agreed. I like her positive attitude. It's good. There you go. Take care, Reen. The head pat. Oh. An extra scene. I see. Though it is mere supposition, it would behoove us to proceed with caution. Moreover, I would refrain from discussing the matter with Reen and Leon until we know more. Well, I appreciate you telling me, even if it is too soon to be sure. I'm the one watching over her, after all. The Oracle of Darkness. What? She's the yang to Reen's yin? Is that what you're saying? The Oracle of Light, Oracle of Darkness, they're polar opposites? I pray it is not true. Nice cliffhanger. Luri? What's up, buddy? What you doing over here? Greetings, Leon. How might I be of service? Talk about Reen's first report. Actually, no, I know what that does. Ask about Eden. That strange girl you met in the empty is in our custody. Her location is a closely guarded secret, and she is being monitored night and day for any changes in her condition. We have also been treating any information regarding your mission as strictly confidential. It would cause quite a stir amongst the peoples of Norbrand were it to become public knowledge. We cannot afford for anyone to interfere with our work. Fortunately, the majority of the tasks we perform, such as delivering supplies and equipment, tend to go unnoticed for the most part. In order to maintain the status quo, I and my colleagues will continue to lend our support in as discreet a manner as possible. Right on. So what about Reen's first report? Information regarding the work being carried out in the empty is treated with the utmost secrecy. To avoid it falling into the wrong hands, we limit the keeping of records and such to the bare minimum. Having said that, it does become rather difficult to keep track of the supplies that we deliver, so I've asked Reen to provide reports on your activities. The first such report will cover the time from your arrival in the empty to your battle with Titan. Though, truth be told, I cannot help feeling that this was a rather large burden to place on Reen. Excuse me. No doubt she has enough on her plate as it is. Lurie, I did what you asked. Ah, Leon. Just the person I was hoping to see. What's up, Reen? Oh, is that so? Well, before we go any further, please allow me to take the receipt of the report. This is like 2 weeks later when they released the Savage, basically. The Savage version. And I hope you do not think it impertinent of me to ask, but what business might you have with Leon? Actually, I've brought something to show you. What do you got? Tancred and Urianger brought this back from Eden's core. If you look closely, you can see images of your battles in the empty. Really? Urianger seems to think they are Eden's memories, captured in crystal form. Would you like to see? Sure. As you gaze into the crystal, visions of previous struggles race through your mind, with an intensity that far exceeds anything you have experienced. AKA Savage Mode. What's wrong? Different from how you remember it? How odd. What could cause Eden's memories to become so distorted? Well, we've been extracting and realigning enormous amounts of ether. Maybe that affected the crystal in some way? Even so, I expect that we can find a use for this extraordinary artifact. I think I have an idea. Although it shows images of things that never actually happened, studying them may help us to prepare for the challenges we'll face in the future. Again, nice lore-friendly way of them encouraging you to try out Savage content. It's not wrong, too. It will make you a better player. Speaking of studying, Urianger's given me a few tomes to read through before our next expedition. I'd best get back to it, but I'll be seeing you again soon. Okay. Take care, Reen. I'll be studying this, I guess. Eden Gate Savage now accessible. How ominous. Okay, we're done. And that concludes officially Raid Tier 1. Raid Tier 2 starts with this guy. 6 months later, you get a message to come here, and then this guy tells you what's going on. But it's time for me to take a break. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll be back in, as usual, about 10 minutes. I might as well just say that. That's the average. BRB.
It's rewind time.
Surprise, motherfucker.